Welcome everyone to the City Council meeting tonight, Pryor Creek, Oklahoma. We'll call the meeting to order and we'll ask Council Dennis Nance to lead us in prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Lord, we thank you tonight for the many blessings you've given us. And Lord, we pray that you give us wisdom and direction as we make some decisions for this city tonight. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have roll call, please.
John Kitcher. Pryor.
Here.
Dennis Nance.
Here.
Steve Smith.
Here.
Randy Chitwood.
Here.
Brianna Brakefield.
Here.
Jimmy Trammell.
Here.
Yolanda Thompson.
Thank you. Number 2, on the agenda, petitions from the audience. I know of none. Item 3, department head reports if needed. We have item for building inspector. No report. Emergency management. Recognize Mr. Johnny Jansen.
Talked to the mayor earlier today, and we thought we might go over just a real quick little spiel over the status of COVID, where we're at right now. Don't get nervous. We're not going through all this, but that might be something that you want to pass around and look at a little bit later. What that is the state health department's epidemiologist report for this week. They put one out every week. You can go to oklahoma.gov and get all that information every week if you want to. It's probably more than what you really want to read, but it's got some good stuff in it if you want to go through it. We've been getting calls every day concerned about, the main thing is people are asking, we've got vaccinated with the Delta variant that's come about, you know, how safe are we, where are we at as far as that goes. So I researched a little bit of information for tonight, and right now 82% of all new cases in the United States are from the Delta variant. So most of the original COVID, you know, we're still getting a few, but not that many. And back in May of 2021, the state done a study for the state of Oklahoma, and 92% of the cases and 89% of the hospitalization at that time occurred in unvaccinated people. So that's where most of the numbers are coming from that you're seeing. If you look over the last, if you look at the graph on page 11, this kind of gives you an idea of where we're at today versus where we was at the height of the epidemic. And, you know, we're nowhere near where we was at back in January. You can kind of see that here in the last few weeks. We've had a little uptick in it. Is that going to continue? Who knows? You know, are we going to continue to see that, or is it going to go the other way? Time will only tell. But right now, the current number for, and this is a little bit different than the way they used to do it. They used to take all the numbers, add them together, and give you this big, horrendous total that had, you know, 4,000 people in Mays County that had COVID. Well, that wasn't true because they didn't take all the ones that dropped off that were already well. Well, they don't do that so much anymore. The numbers that they give out are the ones that are currently sick or currently affected. Right now, as of August the 2nd, there's 205 in Mays County that actually have it. So a little bit of concern here is I'm going to back up to June 30th. June 30th, there was 14. July 14th, there was 78. July 21st was 98. July 28th was 107. And then August the 2nd, there's 205. So you can see that over the last few weeks, we've really had an uptick, even though our numbers really aren't bad yet. Another thing about the Delta variant is that the people that get it seem to be getting sicker than the original. It's easier to spread than the original was. And the age of the people that are getting it are younger. So instead of the 60, 70, 80, 90, that was the big concern, Now it seems like it's the 50 and younger. And I'm not saying you can't be 60 or 70 and get it, but it's not as prevalent as the people that are in their 40s, 50s. Is that because all the older ones got vaccinated? I don't know, but that's just the numbers and where they're at. So the big question is, and the one that we get every day, several times a day, and a lot of them are from people from Pryor, if I've been fully vaccinated, how safe am I? You know, what's the percentage effectiveness of the vaccine? So the Pfizer and Moderna are very close to the same. You know, they're a little bit different. They've done studies all over the world, and you know, they vary a little bit, but right now what they are saying is you are 64 to 96% effective if you're fully vaccinated with the Pfizer or the Moderna. The Johnson & Johnson, they have not come up with a number yet. So we'll have to wait and see what they come up with on that. So that means that if you're vaccinated, you can still get it. But the people that are in the hospital that are the sickest are typically the ones that didn't get a vaccine at all. So, anybody have any questions about any of that?
I appreciate you bringing the information to us.
You bet.
Helps us to be informed, and thank you very much.
You bet.
The question we probably get more than anything is, are we going back to the mask? And I don't think there's any information ever put out about that yet.
No, I haven't seen anything yet. You know, you're talking about statewide? Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that yet. I know, I'm sure that the state government gets questions like that every day,
Oh, I bet
but
they do.
probably more than they want. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do on it yet. I don't foresee it happening in around the corner. We have to wait and see how things progress.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Johnny.
thank you.
Fire Department, recognize Mr. B.K. Young.
Went today, did a little walk around the high school. They're still doing construction on their phases and stuff, getting everything ready, but school starts next week, so they're gonna have school going and construction. So any of those sites that are going right now under construction, we're just kinda working with Mr. Trout and the schools being awesome to try to make everything as safe as they can for the students and everybody else. This month, we're ramping up for next month, cause we got Rocklahoma, Dam Jam, and then the homegrown.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, yeah. So, we got all that going, so, we're sure enough trying to take advantage of this month to get through all that.
Month of September, there are those 3 items that are back-to-back, 3 weekends that are back-to-back.
Yes, sir.
So, thanks for what you guys do.
Any questions for me?
Was you testing the trucks today, pump testing? Is that what you was doing today?
Yeah, every year we test the trucks will get pump tested. We'll also test all the hose and all the ladders. Today was the pump test, so everything we test turned out good. But we do that, ISO looks at that, they make sure that we're testing those every year. So making sure our equipment's good to go, we can do our job.
Any of them getting weaker that you're gonna have to replace or?
As they go, yes, they get weaker, which we're still engine down per ISO for what we're supposed to. We have 3 engines, we're supposed to have 4. So we're hoping that this budget, you give us the money in that capital, and don't worry, we'll have 4 engines. Here, you want to sign something?
He's signing for Larry.
But no, we are working on that, and we are talking with some truck companies right now, looking at doing stuff like that. The mayor and everybody, we've talked about that or discussed that in capital, because we are down. We got dinged a little bit on our ISO last time we were graded because we were down a truck. But
We've been planning over the last 2 years to try to
yes, sir.
reserve funds to be able to make that investment.
Yes, sir.
Is that the ladder truck replacement, or is that another one?
No, that's for the engine. We don't have anything in place right now for an aerial device, but that'll be something to work for. But those ladder trucks are buku money, so it's one of those things. But the mayor, we've been talking about that too, to try to, the ladder truck we got now is a 1998, which the boys do a good job of keeping it clean. You can tell that when it's rolling down the road, but they keep up on the maintenance and keep it clean, so. It's still running for us, but like I said, it's a 98, so.
Any other questions for BK? Chief, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Golf course. No report. Library. Good evening, Ms. Rarrett.
Hi. I don't really have much to report today. Our summer reading program wrapped up on the 29th, and it was not a record-breaking summer reading as far as participants go, but it was certainly a lot more than we anticipated in the midst of COVID. But Autumn and Lily did a fantastic job, and Autumn staff in the Youth Services Department, they all did a really great job putting everything together and making sure it was a really smooth running program. So I'm really pleased and proud of what they did. We are looking at our events and programming for the fall. We usually do programming September through November. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like, especially considering the number of COVID cases on the rise. I wanna keep my staff healthy so we have enough people to work in the building and serve the community in that way. But it looks like we're gonna have some in-person events and then some online, just kind of like we did for the summer reading program. So they really want to get back to normal, and I'm trying to be as safe as we can. But that's all I got. You guys have any questions for me?
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks.
Parks and Cemetery. No report. Police Department. Chief Nichols.
Really don't have anything, Mayor, unless y'all have any questions. Just would like to remind everybody, school's starting. We need to be aware of that and get the word out for everybody to drive safe. So we don't have any children ahead. Any questions? Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Recreation Center. Ms. Jessica Long.
Just a couple things. Steve Powell came out today and we finalized the colors for the awning, so they'll start in 2 weeks. So have a couple things I've got to do and get with Frank and the Parks Department about sprinkler heads and landscaping and things like that to make room for them to come in and start. But so we're excited to finally have that moving. We're wrapping up our summer kind of scheduled this week. We did have 199 new members last month. And Jackie she's wrapping up her swim lessons. She's completed, I think, 112, 115, something like that. And she's still got a 50 that she's finishing. She's brought in over $10,000 in lessons since she started in the spring. So we're excited about that. And we're gonna move to more of a group lesson type thing on Wednesday nights and see how that works during the school year. Still do some individual on the weekend, but there's such a need for lessons that we're gonna try to do one for the smaller kids and then one for the older kids. And we got real lucky and found a brother and sister that just moved here from Colorado, and they're both certified and have taught lessons before, so they've stepped in and helped out a lot too. So it's busy. But then we'll start moving toward our fall. We've got some things planned for the fall, so we'll start kicking that off probably the end of August, 1st of September. So.
Any movement on the outdoor fitness?
Yes, I met with National Fitness Campaign today for a call. Had a meeting with potential sponsor last week that went very well. We should know something this month. So hoping for approval. So it was very positive. So
Very good.
yeah, so
Good.
hopefully we'll have
Other
a few
questions?
news.
Sir? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Street Department? Mr. Bud Glenn?
Not a whole lot to report. We finished up some of our small sidewalk projects on the north side. We got a few over on the south side that we're doing that was left over from last year that we haven't never gotten to get them done. So we're working on them right now. The Northeast 4th and Elliott, we got that intersection. That was bad. We got that replaced. We started painting crosswalks, and the bad thing is, so if you get a bunch of calls about crosswalks not being painted, nobody's getting any paint this year so far. The main plant in Texas, which is, I guess, Sherwin-Williams or whatever it is, due to the COVID when it started, and then this last winter, when it got real bad, I guess water lines and stuff broke and everything, and they're just now getting it back up and running, and they're trying to make up for it. Well, they can't catch up because everything they make they're selling out. So what we're doing right now, we've got we got 15 gallon of white paint that we're going around and doing the worst parts that we can. So the cross blocks, the ones with the big square blocks, a lot of those we're just doing just the worst ones, but we're trying to do the main, just the single lines that goes across for the crosswalk for the safety on that part. But right now we've called everywhere and nobody can get any paint for it. So I don't know when that'll be, but that's the reason why a lot of the crosswalks is not white this year. So we thought about just using some other type of paint, but I think you're just throwing money out the window by using it because it won't last very long being driven on. So other than that, we're just same old stuff, mowing and weed eating and trimming and just different things.
Other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Move to item 4, Mayor's Report. We have a special opportunity to give recognition Pryor Police Officer Mitchell Phillips for his award at the National Interdiction Conference. That award has been passed around the council desk tonight. It says the Black Asphalt Law Enforcement Network salutes Officer Mitchell Phillips, Pryor Police Department, Oklahoma, for seizing 1.7 pounds of ecstasy. This was the largest seizure of its kind reported to the Black Asphalt Network in 2019. No words can express our sincere appreciation for the efforts you have made to help fight the war on drugs and terrorism in America. And this is written sincerely, the Black Asphalt members. So, Mr. Mitchell, stand please. And we would like to recognize you by a round of applause for your efforts. Job well done. Thank you.
I think the mayor prepared a little speech.
Please come to the microphone.
Very significant.
Job well done.
You gonna present him with the plaque and get a picture taken?
It's probably,
Well, we have this plaque. If you go ahead and come forward, we can do that.
You go down there.
He's trying. He's trying. He's headed.
you had a film?
Down there.
Huh? She's out of film.
Yeah, get a
Go down and get one.
paper.
Yeah.
James will send it.
James got my phone.
It's like sneaking this paper.
Since you have his phone, will you send me one?
Hey, Terry, get it off of video. That's what my dad always does. My dad always takes a video. It's good now, yeah. Yeah, come on up.
All right, ready? 1, 2, got it.
All right. Item B, discussion and possible action regarding a resolution supporting continued participation in Main Street programs. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion Shropshire, second Nance. We have the resolution. We also have Miss Jenny Van Buskirk Lefebvre. Would you like to explain?
I can, yes, either way. I didn't know if you needed me to or not, so I came anyway to see everybody, I guess. So this is something that you guys sign every year. It's basically for Pryor Main Street to be able to be a part of state staff, so Oklahoma Main Street. We have to have something from the city that we reside in saying, yeah, we support that, we're a part of this program. So that's all that is.
Council has the resolution in the packet, and this is something that we have signed, and we've done annually. And we participate with the Main Street, not only with Main Street in Pryor, but also the state Main Street organization in this way. Anybody have any other questions for Jenny?
No.
Job well done.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Does that resolution have a number?
It'll be, resolution number 2021-3.
Please note, the resolution number will be 2021-3. Any other discussion? Hearing none, please call for vote.
Pitcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Trammell.
Yes.
Item number 5, City Attorney's Report. Mr. Ritchie.
Item A, discussion and possible action regarding a resolution of the city council for the city of Pryor Creek for the proposed acquisition of property within the city limits of Pryor Creek, Oklahoma, reasonably necessary for the joint use and benefit of the said city and the utility department of the said city. This is the triangular shaped piece of land on South Elliott, at the curve, where NIPAC Road curves. It's a triangle, sits right there in the middle of the road.
Is there a motion?
Make a second.
Motion Catcher, second Chitwood. You have the resolution that is in the packet, also added to the packet today, the action by Municipal Utility Board at their last night's meeting.
This will be 2021-4, I take it.
Correct.
I know mine, how to count.
Attaboy.
Thank you.
Is there other discussion? Hearing none, call for vote.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Pitcher,
Yes.
Item number 6, discussion possible action on consent agenda. Item A, approval minutes of the July 20, 2021 council meeting. Item B, approval payroll purchase orders through August 6, 2021. Item C, approval claims for purchase orders through August 3rd, 2021. Item D, acknowledge receipt of deficient purchase orders. Item E, discussion possible action regarding reappointment of Jeremy Cantrell to seat number 4 of the Recreation Center Board, term expiring 8/31/2025. Item F, discussion possible action regarding reappointment of Marty Marsh in seat 5 of the Recreation Center Board, term expiring 8/31/2025. Item G, discussion possible action regarding reappointment of Rebecca Kemp to seat number 6 of the Recreation Center Board, term expiring 8/31/2025. Item H, discussion possible action authorizing police chief to block off streets as needed on September 11, 2021 for the annual Dam Jam. Item I, discussion possible action regarding allowing wine and beer to be served and consumed at Whitaker Park on Saturday, September 11, 2021, per City Code 3-10A-7-1 for the annual Dam Jam. Excuse me. Item J, discussion possible action regarding a resolution to amend the agreement establishing OMAG. Item K, discussion possible action regarding allowing Kawita Thornton to hold a benefit event in the Graham Community Hall on August 6, 2021, in order to raise funds for cremation and burial of Brenda Moore, who passed away on July 13, 2021. Which items would council like to remove from consent agenda? Item A.
What is J? Establishing OMAG.
That's OMAG, it's just, I think what it is putting them in perpetuity. They'll have our contract, won't they, Mr. Lees? Now what you,
It is. Let's remove item J
Okay.
for discussion.
All
Okay, we have item A and item J. Are there any others? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to approve the other ones. And that is Ketcher and Smith. Call for vote.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Trammell,
yes.
Pitcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item A, approval minutes of July 20, 2021 council meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Shropshire, second Smith. Discussion. Call for vote.
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Brickfield,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Kitcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Abstain.
Motion carries. Item J, discussion possible action regarding resolution to amend the agreement establishing OMAG. Is there a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion Chitwood, second Mr. Smith. You find in your agenda packet, and I'll read this, it says, "Dear valued OMAG member, OMAG is a Title 74 interlocal act agency that provides liability, property, and workers' compensation coverage for Oklahoma cities and towns. OMAG also offers a variety of value-added services, training, grants, and scholarships for our members. For a full listing of OMAG membership benefits, you can go to www.omag.org. From time to time, the OMAG Board of Trustees asks our members to approve necessary updates to the agreement establishing OMAG. By placing this resolution on your next council meeting agenda for municipality, your municipality is agreeing to extend the life OMAG indefinitely. If you have any questions, please contact." So this resolution, along with other towns who participate with Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group, they're asking to pass this resolution that would encourage the effective date of this agreement shall be June 1, 1977, and shall continue in perpetuity. They're wanting to extend that and solidify that as in the form of resolution by each of the towns that use OMAG.
Thank you.
Basically, what, they're the only one that insures. You know,
That's true.
they're the only one that carries the insurance because they've got the big liability policy, and then nobody else can afford to do it. And I think this gives them more funding opportunities, just like it does GRDA and everybody else, in order to get a better rate for all of us. And so OMAG's done a great job, so, yeah.
So definitely all of the Oklahoma
Yes.
municipalities support the Oklahoma Municipal Insurance Group.
Yep.
Bill Tackett, Director of Risk Management, he has signed this letter, and he has been here many times in the past. And what would we do without them?
You'd be in trouble.
Council Trammell?
We'd be in trouble. Our rates would be through the roof.
Yep.
And they were established about 15, 20 years ago because nobody would insure. Nobody would insure, and that's the reason why the state, they got some,
And it goes back to 1977.
yeah, whatever it was, that's when the state, because we couldn't get anything back then, so, yes. Anyway,
Other discussion? Call for vote?
Well,
Oh,
what is this?
I'm sorry. Mr. Ketcher?
What is this gonna lock us in? Is what if, something else comes better down the pike? We're gonna be locked into this?
No, we're not locked into this. All we're doing is participating with the resolution, recognizing their service
Supported.
and supporting.
you can always change a resolution, that's just,
Right.
am I right, Mr. Ricky? Yeah,
Yeah, they can be changed.
yeah, so,
Is there a resolution number at this time?
yeah,
That would be,
5,
I
no,
was just wondering, Jimmy can still count.
2021-5, I can't
Yeah.
count. Thank you.
That's what I said.
said you could count.
A, B, C, D, E.
it's a good point, Shropshire.
2021, excuse me. Thank you.
All right, call for vote?
Chitwood,
Yes.
Brickfield,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Kitcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Item 7, we'll move on to committee reports. Budget personnel, Brakefield.
Next week is our budget meeting, August 10th at 5:30. We're gonna be addressing, the annual budget, so.
That is correct. I'll have the final copies distributed out by Friday is what my goal is to do there. We had some discussion last city council meeting regarding having all city council participate in that meeting. I don't see really see any reason for that. our budget personnel is tasked to review. They debate, they discuss, and then they send on to city council, who would have the opportunity then to debate and also to discuss. So I don't see really any need for that to happen. Item B, ordinance insurance, Mr. Shropshire.
Not at this time, but we probably will have one before too long.
Very good. Item C, Mr. Smith.
Our change order is not on the agenda.
Does
We
not,
just have to discuss it?
it's not required to be on the agenda. There's a,
Well, just so everybody knows, we did have a change order on our 17th Street addition where we had the big hole. So that increased the amount of money that we're going to spend to $54,840. Just so everybody knows, that was just
So-
unforeseen
right.
circumstance.
That is correct. And also, we mentioned that amount of money, or a portion of that amount of money, will also be invoiced to Municipal Utility Board, and will be reimbursed for a portion of that. That change order came through today, and it was important that we go ahead and send the change order through because school starts.
Yeah.
And that's at a real important intersection, a critical intersection having to do with our schools and the traffic down those streets. So thank you, Mr. Smith.
But,
Come before the council at the next meeting for approval at that time.
It will, right, yeah. It needs,
Come before the council at the next meeting.
yeah, okay. We'll have to declare an emergency at that time to get, yes. Okay,
We'll do that.
okay.
That, because of the timing, that will not go to the street department, because the next council meeting will happen before
well,
the
we
next
discussed
next
it on
street
our
department.
last meeting anyway.
Okay, very good.
It's just information for right now, and as of right now, I don't have anything up on our street department.
Mighty good. Item 8, unforeseeable business, I know of none. Item 9,
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
motion Catcher, second Smith, to adjourn. Call for vote.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes?
Nance.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
We'll call to order Pryor Public Works Authority. And item 2, approve minutes of July 6, 2021 meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Motion Chitwood, second Smith. Discussion. Call for vote.
Trammell,
Yes.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Abstain?
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Item 3, approval minutes of July 20, 2021 meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Motion Chitwood, second Smith. Discussion. Call for vote.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4, unforeseeable business. I know of none because item 5, because adjourned is on. The agenda does not require a motion or a second.
I don't care. I still make the motion.
Motion Catcher to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second?
A second. Smith. Call for vote.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Ketcher.
Yes.
We are adjourned.